Good evening. It's an honor to be here tonight to present Paul with the National League Cy Young. Um, First, I just want to say congratulations to the Dodgers for winning the World Series last year, and not to not to disrespect anybody, but this is for the Yankee executives, Mets executives. Let's please bring the World Series trophy back to New York. This is where it belongs. So, but I know we don't have much time, so I'm not going to read off all his stats. It would take all night. Um, but for him, winning Rookie of the Year last year with all the hype coming out of LSU was a great accomplishment. And I might be a little biased, being a former pitcher, but it's a lot of fun. Like when the Mets and Yankees plays and certain pitchers pitch, you mark those dates down. So with him, I'll mark down every fifth day that he's pitching to watch the starts. And then they come back the next year, they talk about, we're supposed to have the sophomore jinx. He had a better second year than he did his first year to win the Cy Young. And not only that, but to start the All-Star game your rookie year, and then come back the second year and start the All-Star game, and he's probably going to start the All-Star game again this year. And I am aware that March 26th, he'll probably be starting against the New York Mets at Citi Field. I'll be rooting for him, but I'll be rooting for him to pitch well, but hopefully not win that game. But in closing, I must say, you follow pitchers, and a lot of guys talk about, records are made to be broken. But I'm one of those guys that I don't like for my records to be broken. So I'm saying that to say that when your ERA dropped under one, got to like 196, I got a little panic. So I was rooting for him to win, but I wanted him to win 2-1 instead of the shutouts. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 National League Cy Young winner, Paul Skenes.
As cool as the award is, I think that's probably the coolest thing about tonight, getting to get introduced by Doc Gooden. That's pretty cool. First, I want to say thank you to the Writers Association for this event. Put together a great event last year. It's a great event now. Baseball would not be where it is without you all, so thank you. This award is equally mine as it is everybody who has poured time and energy into me. I would be up here talking for a very long time if I got to, mention everybody that had an effect on me throughout my career. But so those of you who are in my corner, you know who you are, and thank you very much for that. To my family, thank you for being my foundation. Growing up, baseball is the only sport I've ever played, and it's pretty much the only thing that I've, been passionate about for 23 years now. So the early mornings, the long drives, the tough conversations that we've had, and the constant support, thank you. You taught me how to work, how to stay grounded, and how to never take any of this for granted. So thank you. To my teammates, this is a team game. This game is impossible to do alone. You make me better with the work that you do every day and playing with me for 162 games. My biggest goal every day is for my work to make you all better the same way that you make me better. I can't have any success without you competing behind me and having my back. I mean it when I say that this award is equally as much yours as it is mine. And everybody else in my corner, everybody else on my team, thank you. On my team, all my trainers, all my coaches, chefs, everything. Thank you. Like I said, you know who you are. Let's keep pushing. Obviously, there's been some time since I won the award and now, so I've had some time to think. And with this being the Baseball Writers Association of America's event, I've had some time to think about what writers mean to this game and what they have meant to me. They have a very interesting job. They come into the clubhouse every day and ask you questions, whether you played well or poorly. And a lot of the times they ask you questions that make you think about yourself. And one thing that I've thought about a fair amount, based on some of the questions they've asked me, is what I would want to say to the young players and the fans out there. And so to whoever's watching, I want to say this. No matter where you come from, no matter how long the road feels, no matter how many times you hear not yet or not possible, keep going. Bet on your work, trust the process, and don't let anyone else define your ceiling. I'm here right now because I don't understand the word can't. Thank you all. This is an honor that I'll never forget.
First, I'd like to congratulate everyone up on the dais for a great 2025 season. And I'd also like to thank the New York chapter of the BBWAA for giving me this opportunity to introduce a guy that I've had the pleasure of coaching for the last 5 years, Tarik Skubal. By this point, the world knows about the tall lefty that grew up in a small town in Arizona, had one scholarship offer out of high school, got drafted in the 9th round because he had Tommy John the year before, and then made his major league debut in 2020 with no fans in the stands. Nothing was given to Tarik. He has earned everything he's been given in this game, and his work ethic is second to none, with a personality to match. As a coach, the best kind of cultures are player-led. And when your best players are your hardest workers, it holds everyone accountable. We are fortunate to have Tarik as an example for our clubhouse. He embodies AJ's saying of everything matters. He's worked his way from a hard thrower who put up 100 pitches through just 4 innings to the best strike artist in our game. Efficiency in both the delivery and pitch count, refining pitches, game planning, holding the running game, PFP, sleep, recovery, everything matters to him. And that is rubbed off on our entire staff. He cares about people, his teammates, his family, and winning. The Detroit media probably gets tired with his answers post-game, but it will always come back to whether he gave his team a chance to win. You know, it would be easy for him to be boastful, conceited, or have his personality change with these last 2 awards, but that's just not in his DNA. He's the first to deflect credit and spread praise to his teammates, usually as catchers. Little story here. For those that may not know, Jake Rogers, one of our catchers, caught every single one of his starts in 24. Caught the first few this year, and then pulled an oblique an hour before a game. And it thrust our young, now Gold Glover, Dylan Dingler, who was a rookie at the time. He got thrust in catching Skubal an hour before the game. He's never caught Skubal in a regular season game. You see the anxiousness in Ding's face, having never caught him. And he, Scoob, in his typical fashion, quick quip, he said, "You know these hitters, Ding, all right? You know how I pitch. If I get crushed, then I'm probably missing my spot, all right? But if I'm hitting my spot and I get crushed, you're calling the wrong pitches." And that, he let that out with a typical Scoob belly laugh, and he did not care about himself in that moment. He was just worried about Ding and whatever it takes to take the pressure off Ding. Just a little microcosm of who Skubal is. And it's no surprise that as his career and performance have taken off, so has our team's. He's led us to back-to-back postseason bursts, and he has reinvigorated a great baseball city in Detroit. And we're so thrilled to have him as a part of the entire organization. As great as Tarik has been the last 2 years, can you believe he's done it with 2 boys under 2 years old? His wife, Jess, is a saint, and so is Tarik, though. He makes sure that family is a big part of his life, and we will be the best example for his 2 young sons. I know our other assistant pitching coaches, Juan and Robin, will back me up here, but Tarik, thank you for letting us coach you. You challenge us daily and have made us better in the process. And finally, there have been many records and milestones made by Tarik the last 2 years, a lot of stats, but I thought this one put it really into perspective. In the history of the game, there have been 23 pitchers to win multiple Cy Youngs. There have been 12 of those to win them back-to-back years. 4 of those were lefties. You have Sandy Koufax, Randy Johnson, Clayton Kershaw, and your 2025 Cy Young Award winner, Tarik Skubal.
Appreciate those words, Fat. The only thing I don't appreciate are mound visits. And it's not because of what you guys think, it's because his height he makes me feel pretty small when I'm out there, and I don't like feeling small when I'm on the mound. But thank you for everything, seriously. Thank you and good evening. First off, I'd like to express what an incredible privilege it is to share the stage with the caliber of players up here tonight. I'm humbled to be a part of this group, and know the greatness from everyone up here is part of what pushes me to be the best version of myself every time I take the mound. I want to thank the baseball writers for selecting me as the winner of this prestigious award. It's an honor to be back here, and it's something I'll never take for granted. After last year's dinner, I told AJ, same time next year, but I didn't really know it would become a reality. Skip, for the sake of superstition and a three-peat, let's go ahead and keep the same plan for a year from now. In all seriousness, I never take moments like these for granted, because who knows how many times I'll be able to share the space with these people. The most important person in the room tonight is my wife. Where are you? There you are. Thank you for being who you are, for consistently pushing me to be the man, father, and husband that I'm supposed to be. Thank you for setting an example for our two boys and showing them what true unconditional love is. Though we're here to celebrate what happens on the field, the countless sacrifices you make for our family is what makes it all possible. I love you. I want to take a moment to thank some of the people that are responsible for who I am. I'll start with the Tigers. Chris Illich, the Illich family, Scott Harris, Jeff Greenberg, AJ, Fett, Lundy, Nene, Rhino, Kelly, C-Mac, Duncan, Drew, Shane, Timmy, Chi-Chi. Thank you for putting up with me on a daily basis and instilling confidence in me. It doesn't go unnoticed. To the boys at Apex, Justin, Wes, Zinger, thank you for consistently pushing me year in and year out to levels I didn't think were possible. To my family, Mom, Dad, thank you for raising me the right way and instilling me a work ethic in me and to never be satisfied. To Scott Boris and the Boris Court, thank you guys for always having my back. You guys have been there with me throughout my entire career, and I can't thank you for always taking care of me and my family. Lastly, to my teammates, thank you guys for always demanding me to push the threshold of what I'm capable of. I truly appreciate it. And a special shout out to the guys behind the plate, Dylan Dingler and Jake Rogers. Not only are you guys incredible at making sure we're prepared to win every game, but also for the way you hold me accountable. Thank you for that. We're at an incredible point in history of our great sport, and it's so humbling to stand here taking a moment to recognize my place within it. Thank you again for this honor.